Here's a list of people for the shirts. I gotta order a couple more shirts too. I gotta order some for us.
Yeah.
And I got one more to order for. I know. So I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
All the shirts in those bags and everything?
Yes. Make sure we write it all off.
Oh, it already is.
Writtens. You want some ketchup?
Yeah, some like that.
Mike, I got you a present.
What?
It's ketchup.
It's
ketchup, Michael! Micah, why are you turning it off early? Oh, look at that. That was a race, but Marway lost. Streamlabs is not doing a very good job. Here you go. You're welcome.
Warm and soupy.
Yep. Can I have a delicious beverage? I have been parched most of the day, sir. Allow. Why do I have to allow it again? Should have stayed. How's everybody doing? How you doing? Thank you, sir. You're a wonderful gentleman. What platform is this on? Is that on the Tubes of You? Yeah, it's on YouTube.
2% still. Battery's fucked.
2% still? Leave it plugged in.
Oh.
All the plugins. What's going on? Hako's gonna retire your favorite micro tweeters? I don't know. Are they?
Plug in this.
If they do, I'll just buy a bunch of them before they go out of stock. I'll buy an extra handset and a bunch of the ends. I don't know why they would get rid of them unless they're coming out with something else.
I'm running so low.
You need drugs.
I'm running low on them.
Chris, I'm gonna go.
You better.
I'm gonna go.
I only have 12.
Give Micah $12. That's all he deserves.
Oh,
$12. All the money that's in there right now.
Micah only deserves $12 whole dollars.
what'd you do?
All of it.
I did some of it.
Laptop format.
Okay.
iPhone 4S screen.
Okay.
iPhone 6 screen.
Okay.
iPhone 6S Plus battery.
Okay.
iPhone 5C battery.
Okay.
iPad Air assembly.
Which one was that?
The one that didn't
You
have
took
power.
apart because you didn't check it? Okay.
iPhone 6 Plus screen.
Alright. 80 bucks.
Damn it, now I have to get some of them. Do you have a 20, Micah?
Yeah.
Lewis is streaming
Is
at
that
the
80?
same time.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, give me a 20.
Hold on.
So I'm not giving any of my ones or my fives away. I worked too hard for this.
Yeah, she's worked far too hard for it, Micah. Amy says hello, Ashley.
Who?
Amy.
Hi.
She says hi.
I'm sure she could hear me if she's watching.
You don't tell me what they're doing. Ow, that was a money cut. Why are you giving me money cuts?
Well, I'll see you Sunday or Monday, one of the two.
Yeah?
One of those days.
One of the two.
One of the two.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good show.
Yeah.
Evening, Chris. Haven't forgotten to send my iPhone 5 or S, but without the screen since I dropped it. Well, that's not good. Tweezers. Just said tweezers. I wonder why I wonder if they're coming out with something different or something for the Hako. I would think that they would be coming out with something different. I mean, it's not like, what the fuck are you doing, autofocus? Stop being a dick. I got a manual focus back out here.
This is what that guy said.
It's going well, going well, going well.
Doing
Do I wanna? I think most of those are all non-necessary. How you get turned around, Mr. Scope? Camera? Mr. Camera Scope? Okay.
Just tell them that it should have affected it.
Yeah, tell them that still shouldn't have affected anything. Alright, time to do a little scrappy. Nate, yeah, I got your package in. We opened it up today and looked at the horrors that were within. Phones that randomly turn off are the worst to deal with. Should be interesting. Alright, so today I'm doing a slightly smaller area in hopes that we don't fuck the 1v2 up again. So I'm going to try to stay within a confined area here. Okay, we'll do, Nate. What's on the bench today? We have another iPhone 6 that was from the other day that had error 9. After testing it, one of the Eeprom lines is not reading correctly like we had yesterday. But the one I did yesterday, I unfortunately dug too far one direction, not sure which direction. But we dug too far and ended up causing a short on 1v2 SD RAM. So today we are hoping to avoid causing that short and complete our repair, because we were successful in restoring the line, but the problem was, since we caused a short on 1v2 SD, the phone would not turn on anymore. So I'm trying to learn, kind of figure out exactly what I did wrong, and kind of try to fix what I did wrong and what I need to improve on. They have a set for the 888, but who wants it? Who wants it? They look huge. Yeah, the older tweezers are gigantic. Like, they're not micro tweezers.
Okay, so now it's just $6.75. Because I took off those other
Okay. Tom, sounds good.
screens, and then I made it a lot cheaper because it was like $9.65 with those, and then I just paid $100 for them online.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to try to scrape just in the area that we need to access. That way I can try to avoid any of the issues we had before. So I'm going to try to stay in a small confined area here. I may also periodically check and see what 1v8 SD is doing to see if I'm causing issues beforehand. before I'm even getting down to where I want to be, to see if maybe it's in the RAM chip or if it's actually on the CPU die. So I'm going to go ahead and meter that now. Now that we're down to the top layer of the SD-RAM. Okay, let's see. Guess it would help if my meter was on. Okay, so there's no short on 1V2 right now.
He said just wait to send the faulty ones back because he accidentally went ahead and shipped it. Even though he didn't wait like 2 minutes for me to respond, so he wants us to send back the other 7s with his gold.
Okay,
So
that's
I was
fine.
like, yeah, no problem. I'm sending him the money now.
Okay. Time you better be glad we're trustworthy people.
Yeah, we're nice people. Just keep them all. $675. I love spending my money.
Thanks. I want to keep this a little wider actually right now because I noticed as I go down, if I try to keep it narrow here, I feel like I might be too narrow once I get lower in there. So for now I want to keep it a little wider than where I want to be, but we'll recheck here in a second to see if we have any shorts. The manual CNC, yeah. Maybe one day I can get one of the nice CNCs for not $3,000. That's the killer for me. They're just way too expensive. I mean, they're really nice and it would make this job much easier, but I just don't feel like spending $3,000 on a machine that I'm going to use not very often. Honestly, these are probably the first 2 Air 9 phones that I've seen that were actually Eeprom. The other ones I've seen were just software issues, and they were solved by a DFU restore. What's going on? Okay, let's retest and see if we have a short yet. Okay, no short. Doing good so far. We're down to the solder balls here, so I'm within the ball range that I want to see. So it's we got a 1, 2, 3, about 4 grid open here. And I'm hoping that if I can stay inside this grid, that will help me. Because before I went up to the next grid, actually I'm going to do a little experiment. I'm going to see if any of these aren't ground. Which these all should be ground. Because they're all tied together in this grid here. Yeah, that's all ground. And 1B2 is still not grounded. Alright, time for the tweezers. Tweezers help us get through the solder, get through the underfill fairly quickly without too much fuss, and hopefully without damaging the RAM or the substrate below in the process. Okay, let's clean that out a little bit. Okay, so we got some. Let's check the SD RAM again for shorts. Okay, it's still good. No shorts on it yet. Okay, let's see where we're at now in the layers. Should be right on top of the substrate now. Yep, we are. So you can see the substrate's color there. It's like a bluish green. So we are down where we need to be. Okay, again, I'm going to recheck for short. No short yet. Okay, so the delicate part is now. We need to take our time going through these layers. I'm actually going to switch to a new blade. That one's a little dull for me. I really want it to be a fairly sharp tip to make sure I can do precise scrapes, as precise as I can be.
You haven't cleared this one yet. I was like, right in the row, and like some Joe Hart is still
No.
the owner.
Yeah, just
It won't let me get rid of him. You don't have to.
okay. Okay, so this is the layer that matters. We need to be very gentle while clearing this out. I'm going to go ahead and wash it out with some acetone so I can better see what I'm looking at. Okay, I think, if I remember correctly, it's either going to be that one or that one. I'll have to check and see. So let's check and see if we have a 1B or 1B8 or 1B2, excuse me, SD RAM short. No short. Let's check 1B8 SD RAM. I may have damaged this cap. I'll go ahead and pop this cap out. The end of the cap is pretty much gone, so I've most likely damaged this capacitor. Come on out of there, buddy. There we go. Let's see if that's shorted. Okay, so it was that capacitor that, since I kind of tore the end of it off, it had shorted internally, but no big deal. Now we got that cleared out. We don't have any shorts on SD RAM right now, so that's good. Zoom in. I'm zoomed in as far as I can get. Let's see. I'm gonna go watch the video real quick. Come on, fucking keyboard. Hardware solution. I can't get any closer than that. My Barlow won't let me zoom in any further. Trying to find the video that I watched. It's from G-Lon, I think. Maybe it's Rua. No, it's Rua. That's what it is. Alright, cool. I found it. Found it. Let's see. Okay, yep. I've got it exposed. It is this one right there. That guy right there. So let's go ahead and get our conformal coating. Yep. Thank you. It's pretty crazy that those guys can figure that shit out too. I guess when you do diode readings and you do enough of them, you can kind of tell what problems are what, but it's still very impressive to me, and I am greatly appreciative of what they do and the fact that they share it, because that's one thing that I do. Like, that's the reason I do these videos, is I want to share, like, you can do this stuff. You don't have to be some like crazy smart guy that went to college for electrical engineering, which is not a bad thing, but you don't have to be able to, or you don't have to have that kind of background to do this stuff. So that's the goal that I have, to show that a person who worked at a factory driving a forklift is now doing this stuff. So same solution for 6 Plus? I believe so, yes. The CPU and NAND are the same, so they should be the exact same repair. No. That's awesome, Smart Tech. I'm glad you got something out of them, man. I really hope. I mean, I've thought about, like, I've been thinking about if I should just start making, like, do the streams, but also do some phones, like, just do recordings and then post them up. And I feel like the long streams are helpful if you're watching, or if you want to take the time to watch them. I mean, I watch Lewis's streams and stuff after the fact he's done the stream, and they can be long, but I enjoy watching them. But that's not for everybody. So I've thought about doing not edited videos, but just shorter videos, where it's just me working. That way I can just kind of talk about it. Not that I don't enjoy the conversation here, and that's honestly why I like streaming, because it's not as boring. When you're just sitting here doing work by yourself, it can get pretty boring. We did a couple backlights today on iPhone 6s, and I thought about, like, just recording one of those, so that way I could just post them and be like, backlight solution, blah blah blah. But I don't know. Yeah, Micah's here. I'm just saying, like, it's more entertaining when I'm doing those repairs. Like, I talked to Micah and stuff about it, but I can't. Micah doesn't really have any questions. He kind of understands what I'm doing. I like to, if people have questions, like, it's easier for me to just directly talk to you in chat than it is to answer comments and stuff on YouTube, because comments on YouTube are a bit limiting in what you can really explain, and you can't show anything if somebody asks a question. Alright, if this will take some solder, I will be ecstatic. And not bridge to something else. Let's load them up.
It was a good day.
Good.
Much better than yesterday.
You mean the day before?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't here.
Yesterday wasn't terrible. Yeah.
Day before.
Yesterday was kind of saved by that MacBook, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that when it was fault?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, everything hurts, and I want to die.
Come on, baby, take some soda.
Except for 7. You know, your little legs are shaking.
It looks like it took a little solder, but it needs to have a little blob on it, honestly. It almost... Jesus Christ, take some solder, please. Please! Don't screw me. I'm just worried it's going to end up bridging to some of the ground around it.
Do you want to go home with me? Can I?
because the ground is so close to everything on these.
I don't know if you'll be able to get in the car. I can't lift you. Because of fun.
Yeah, it's got solder on it. It's just not. It's not built up at all. That's what I kind of want. I kind of want just like a little blob. There we go. It took a little bit that time. Maybe a little less flux will help it stick. Alright. The pad's tinned. I'm not going to keep dicking with it. Let's go ahead and get some of our wire. And go ahead and run our jumper. Very, very thin wire that is stuck to my tweezers. No, it is not. Okay, so first things first, we're going to lose our wire. And then we're going to find it, and then we're going to tin it. Because tinning it's going to make it much easier to tack down. Okay, got the end of the wire tinned. Gonna see if I can hit this from this direction.
With all the shirts.
Yep.
How long do you think you'll be?
Maybe 20 minutes. Wow.
Okay, I can breathe quickly.
We'll go ahead and get food. You don't have to get me food, I'll just stop and grab some. I thought you said you wanted Arby's. Well, wasn't that the goal? To get something that won't make you feel sick? Alright, so it's attached. Let's check and see if it is reading the correct diode reading now. And then also check and see if we have an SD RAM short. So diode reading should be 4.2, 4.3 right in that area. Let's see what we have. 0.423. So that is correct. Let's see if we have a diode or a short on our SD-RAM lines. So let's see. No SD-RAM short there, which is where we had it yesterday. And no short there. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to leave it out kind of loose like this, and then once I confirm that it does work, I'll go ahead and underfill the area in to make sure that it does function properly and stays in place.
Is he at home?
Mm-hmm. Love you.
Do I have the energy for
She's got it. She's a big girl.
I know, but if she can't get in the car, I can't lift her.
Well, then just leave her. I'll get her.
I'm not abandoning her. I'll have to act on it.
Okay. Alright, so we got our battery over here. Let's grab that. Hopefully it'll plug in. The cap I removed, it's not really necessary. I'll put it back, but for function right now, you can leave it off. I've left it off before. That cap is more just a smoothing cap for the SD-RAM line. The phone will still function with it missing. I've taken it out before. I think the 6 battery is fucked because it will not plug in anymore. It doesn't look bad, but it just won't plug in anymore. So we'll do this through the DC power supply. How about them apples? Clicky? The mic's clicky? Oh man, plug it. Alright, so power's plugged in. There's no abnormal reading. It looks normal. Alright, so I'm going to move this over so you all can see it. Please boot up. Yay! We didn't fuck it. So we have the iTunes logo. And iTunes sees the phone. And it is asking me. We're going to try an update. Because the update should go through. And we should be able to save the data. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Still clicky? I have no idea though. It shouldn't be. But it could be the fans. Could be anything. Could be the tweezers. Could be something. I don't know. Alright, so it's extracting software. Greg, I just didn't scrape as wide. So, what's up, Repair Lab? How you doing, man? The last time on the last one I scraped too far wide. I went one section up. The microphone's USB powered, so it shouldn't have anything. It could be the fans, like I said, like the fans could be blowing on it and causing some weird shit. I'm not sure. I haven't changed anything on it, so I don't know. Mohammed, what problem are you having? Yeah, one extra row up. So what I can tell is three rows wide from left to right, and 4 rows up is the maximum. If you go higher than that into the 5th row, that you hit the 1B2 line. Alright, waiting for iPhone. Let's see what it does. Will it restore? Nope. Rebooted. Error 9. Okay. So let's do a restore instead of an update restore. Gotta unplug it, replug it. Alright, we're gonna do a regular restore this time. Restore and update. Red screen on an iPhone that reboots. Check for long screw damage first. Make sure you unplug the front camera measurements. I don't have measurements as far as like physical measurements. I can get some. I can show you the reference points I use too. It kind of based on what the video showed from Riwa or Arwa Riwa, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Rubu. Yeah, it looks like it's a fairly small area. You do the same thing with your beard while you're waiting? Me too. I like to tug it, like to fold it up. Earlier I had it folded up. You couldn't see my face. Please work, please, please. Don't tell me I scraped the fucking CPU for nothing. I mean, the readings were off, so I don't know why it wouldn't be that, but... Preparing iPhone for restore. Let's see what happens. Please work, please. Please don't fuck up. Fingers crossed. Don't reboot, please. Don't reboot. Please don't reboot. Please no reboot. Everybody's fingers better be crossed right now. Come on. Show me that little white bar. This is verifying iPhone restore. Please show me the white bar. Verifying still. Damn it! No, you son of a bitch. Yep, it rebooted. Well, let's check it out. See what the hell is going on. Yeah. I'm gonna blame that on Tim. I hate you, Tim. Alright, let's check and see what we have. I'm 99.9% sure I jumped to the right pad. I'm going to clean it up and just check and make sure that it is soldered down well. DFU restore? Okay. That may be what it is, actually. Yeah, that's definitely soldered down. We'll try a DFU restore. I don't know if I have a frame. Do I have a frame? Are you a frame? Are you a usable frame? You're a 6S frame. You're not usable. I'm gonna have to jankify with the power button on this one. I have to use my tweezers while holding the home button. It's gonna be janky. It's gonna be very janky. Don't judge me. Waiting for that DFU voltage. I would think it's in DFU by now. Let's grab our charging port. Charging port. Hopefully I don't disconnect my... Oh, damn it, it's back in restore mode. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and hook up the power supply here. And we'll do it with our tweezers. Alright, we're in DFU mode now. iTunes has detected an iPhone in recovery. Alright, let's do a restore and update from DFU and see what happens. You're gonna stream as soon as I stop? Well, I'm never gonna stop then, Tim. What are you gonna do about that? The microscope camera gets really grainy when it's low light. You don't think DFU will make any difference? Well, we'll find out. In about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1.5. 3/4. Half. A quarter. An eighth. 16th. 1/32nd. 1/64th, and done. Still reboots. Alright, let's check the jumper on the other side and make sure that it's not touching anything. No, that's not touching anything. It shouldn't be. Let's check the resistance on both of these real quick just to make sure that we jumped the right one. I'm 99% sure I jumped the right one, but just to make sure. 0.417, 0.417. Let's make sure that these aren't the same line tied together. Nope, 1.18 volt difference. Okay, so we're getting the correct readings, but we're not getting a recovery. Let's see. Muhammad, yeah, if you want to send stuff in, we take mail-in. Alright, so what else could it be? It could be TriStar. Could be the NAND itself. The NAND could be fucked. Wonder if the NAND is fucked too. Because I'm very confident in this jumper. I feel like that is made the right connection and it's not shorted out on anything. Yeah, both of them read correctly now. Before, one line was reading incorrect. It was reading, get out of the fucking way. One line was reading 0.6, which is incorrect. And now they both read 0.4, which is correct. Yeah, the point I have it soldered to reads correct also. And that's the one that they soldered to on the video. Still error 9. It's getting all the way to the point where it does the iPhone's firmware verification or something, and then it fails. Let me see what it does with 3U tools. Let me see if that reads out a different error for us. Or not a different error, but just kind of shows us where it's stopping. Maybe that will give us some idea. That was weird. It shut off on its own that time. What the fuck is it doing? Okay, let's open up 3U. Alright. Ah, fuck, I'm gonna have to download the firmware. Which is gonna fuck the stream. What do y'all want to do? Yeah, that cap won't play any role in it. I'm positive. I've booted phones up without that cap on and they worked fine. To download the firmware or not? Greg, yes, it did go to error 40. You can import it from the iTunes folder? I didn't think those firmwares were readable by this. Let's do that. Alright, programs, users, app data, roaming, Apple, mobile sync, no. iPhone update logs, iPhone software updates. iPhone 4.7. Ah, sweet, it does save them. Well, that's cool shit. Didn't know you could do that. So it's importing and verifying it right now. Okay. Let's do the Pro Flash. And let's do the Flash. Let's see what it says. Please connect in DFU mode. Why do I have to be in DFU mode? Fuck that. Do it in recovery mode, bitch. Stop, you son of a bitch. I just want to fucking... That's the only thing with 3U. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you start a restore and then you want to stop it, it acts like that's the fucking dumbest thing you could ever do and will not do it. Like, it will sit there and bitch about it. Alright, let's do the easy Flash. Alright, here we go. Let's let it extract the firmware. iPhone's like a good DFU. But hopefully they're like a good restore, because that's what I'd like to see. Alright. It's got to 11% entering recovery mode. Sending RAM disk. Sending kernel cache. Restoring. It's at 19%. Sending NOR data. And then it rebooted. So it got the sending NOR data and then it rebooted. So now it's going to sit here on this screen for 4 hours because it doesn't know how to recognize that that phone has rebooted itself. Let's try. Can I cancel you? Can you stop? And that video shows 2 pads on the CPU being soldered and run to leads on 2 resistors. Yes, Lisa, it does. That's if the 2 leads are disconnected. In this case, they should not be disconnected because one reads correct, the other one does not. Now that it's jumpered, both of them should read correctly. Which they do. Oh my god, I wish they would make this software better. I really like 3U, but it's got some really bad quirks. Alright, let's try this again. See what happens. Okay, we're at 18%, 19%, sending NOR data, and it rebooted again. Alright, so I guess the next step is to try NAND. iPhone SE is battery is low, 3 volts, stuck on the Apple logo. Changed you to same problem. I don't understand that question. iTunes logs, let's see. I'm trying to remember where those are saved. Pretty sure that's in user data again. App data, roaming, Apple, logs. It'll be under logs. Cannot find NAND. Control F and type NAND. Where are those logs stored? Is it just the general log information? I'm trying to figure out what the where the log would be stored for it. iPhone updater logs. Okay. iPhone updater logs. And we want from today. Okay. Control F, NAND. Cannot find NAND in the text. Okay. Completed checkpoint ID, restore device, operation 15, progress -1, restore device, operation 15, progress -1, restore OS mode, device disconnected, restore OS device removed before restore was complete. Failed, connection closed, unable to read message from device, AMR authorization install, delete personalized bundle, restore device, restore failed, state machine dump, sys status error, state DFU, remaining cycle 0. Failure for copy device property failed for MPN request restore behavior erase value query hardware model return N61AP request restore behavior erase establish proxy for device ID 19 completed checkpoint restore device operation 35 -1 request behavior erase restore device operation 28 status -1. I can't understand most of this. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's seeing NAND. NAND would be in the error 40. See, the only thing I can really see in the log is it just says that the device not returned saved USB log. Device did not return from panic log. Saved panic log. Connected to service. com.apple.mobile.restored. Using protocol 14. Unable to open device map.txt. No such file directory. Board configuration is the N61AP, no value returned for boot Argus. Copy device properties. Failed for restore boot targs, no value for marketing part number. Yeah, I mean, all this shit just... It's just talking to the phone, asking it what it needs, and seeing what model it is. It says failure description code -1 error AMR restore performance restore mode restore with error failed with error 9 failed to receive message from device changing state from restore to error state is now set to error. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. Alright, so we got the jumper made. Our readings are normal again. I'm gonna do a NAND tomorrow. This is gonna be kind of a short stream today. But I'll do NAND tomorrow. We're pretty much caught up. I got a bunch of like little things like touch ICs and backlights and stuff to do. But we'll get all that caught up, and then I'll do a new NAND on this one. Or we'll pull this one and reprogram it and make sure that's not what it is first. But at least we were able to successfully make the jumper and not fuck the phone. So proof in the concept that you can make this jumper digging through the SD RAM. Obviously you could, there's videos out there, but just to prove that it is possible without making the phone not turn on. Yes, I'll stream that tomorrow. I'll probably do it towards mid-afternoon, probably 3 or 4. Going to the wrong pad. Okay. Well, let's see. Didn't think it was, but it looked right. I'll scrape off the underfill here if I can. Oh yeah, tomorrow is flea market. Well, I'll do it in the afternoon. Farther to the left. I didn't think it was farther to the left, but we'll look. Okay, let's scrape back a little more. Let's move our jumper out of the way there. Green stuff, yeah, eBay or in the description. It's in the description there. Okay, so on the video that I saw, those two pads were right at once. But we'll check and make sure. Let's see. Maybe it is further to the left. You might be right. You may be correct, actually. So, it might be connected to the wrong one. Let's go out a little wider then. Might be connected to the wrong ones. Let me see which ones they cover and leave open. That'll kind of tell me if it's the right one or not. Okay, yeah, it definitely does look like it's further to the left, so I may be wrong on that one. How much higher is it though than the other ones? That's considerably further to the left though. And higher. Looks like about here. Yeah, it's a pretty good idea. I'll put some UV coating down. Good catch, thank you. It's hard to look at these. I wish they had circled it on their drawing a little better, that way I could tell. Because I was trying to compare just based off of what the traces were nearby. But I was looking at the wrong ones. Alright, so let's cure this. And we'll scrape over a little bit. That's iPhone 6. Alright. Try to make this fairly quick. I don't want to be here all night. So we're going to go up 5 rows, it looks like, on the SD RAM. I'm going to go 4 rows to the left on the solder ball count, just so you all know how far over we are. Chunking this off quick. Okay, let's see if we have an SD RAM short now. Be kind of funny if it was. Nope, still good. Well, that's good. That's good. So let's see. We're gonna be over here. Okay, we're down to the board level there. Looks like we're down to it there. Let's clean that out. 6 wide on the bottom. Well, we'll see here. We'll scrape out and see what we can find. I don't need to go too far, just far enough to catch the leading edge of that pad pretty much. So that's really what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to dig out to it. I'm not trying to make it wider than it needs to be, because if you look on their video, they went way too wide. That pad is fairly exposed. Come on, Joshua. Alright, I think that might be it right there, maybe. Let me check again. So it's right above the 2 lines that run over. I think that's it right there. So these are the 2 lines that come over and split off, the ones that I was originally attached to. This is the one that comes down from the top right. So this has to be the pad right there, actually. So it might be just perfect. Let me forward it and see if that's what it is. Yeah, that's the one that they highlight. So we will do that one. Hopefully we haven't damaged anything else here. I don't think we have. All those traces look like they're still intact. So that's where we're trying to get right there. That pad. Alright, so let's put in a little UV now. Yeah, we're gonna stop and test. Yeah, we're gonna test for shorts now too. Please nothing. Alright, we're good. 1V8. We're good. Alright, so let's put down some UV coating and try this one. It would help if I didn't almost cover up the pad that I'm trying to solder to with UV coating. I'll have to scrape it back just a little bit. I have to run another jumper. This one's going to be too short now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Please fucking work for me. Alright, let's zoom in here and see if I can scrape back just a little bit of this UV coating. Alright. Actually, we found that if we don't put on flux, we have an easier time of tinning these. So hopefully this will tin easily and not bridge to anything for some reason. The lack of flux does make the solder just kind of sit where it fucking wants. Like right there, where it's sitting in some random spot on top of the underfill. I keep hitting this camera until I knock it off. There we go, it's tinned. Alright, tiny little wire test number 2. Okay, set my wire down, knock off my eye drops in the process. Okay, so let's tin the end of it here. Not soldered. There we go. Now it's soldered. Let's get rid of our old jumper. Put a little flux down, retouch that up. Okay. Let's retest the diode reading, see if it is correct. 0.422. So that does look correct as far as, since we're now connected to the right pad, hopefully. Did that come off? Nope, still attached. Okay. Test number 2 and the final test for the night. If this works, it works. If it doesn't work, I'm going the fuck home. Everybody hope and pray, hope and pray. Pray and hope, hope and pray. Testing time. Totally Testicle Tuesdays, Batman. testicles. Let's go ahead and plug in our Flux piece here. Power. See if it boots. Yay, we still have iTunes. So that's good. Alright, let's allow iTunes to open. Since we have 3U open, it's not letting iTunes open. Alright, so open up iTunes here. Which one was that you're talking about, Wayne? Okay, iTunes is open. We're going to try an update again, and then we'll try a restore. Because maybe, just maybe, the data will be saved on this thing for some reason. Yeah, fingers crossed for sure. I don't know if an update will work, but we'll try it first. If it fails, I'm not overly worried about that. Now, if restore fails again, then I'm done with it. If update fails, meh, whatever. It may fail update. Update's just a hope that maybe we can save anything that's on the phone. Not a realistic want though. I think I disconnected the power just then. Yep, I did. Like, power cable came off. That's why I wanted a battery hooked up, because the batteries can't disconnect like that shit. Now I'm going to have to restart the extraction, because it's going to finish extraction and say it can't find the device. I think my connector is about worn out from my iPhone 6 too. Yep. I had to really press it in there to get it to fucking power up. Alright, let me find my fucking cap for my acetone. Dear cap for acetone, where does you bees? If you're gone, it's gonna suck, because I don't have a spare. Yeah. Jessa doesn't... I get a lot of flack from Jessa, which is fine. I don't mind it. I give her shit back, so... When I was talking about the AU thing, I was just kind of giving her shit back. I really do use an AU unit. I still... Like, here, I'll show you. See, there's my AU 852 right there. I use this fucker every day. I've been using the... I still have the 968 out at the flea market too. I use it out there for like charge ports and stuff. The hot air on it and everything still works. I just have a Hacko unit here. I don't need one with a bunch of fucking extra bullshit on it. Alright, let's see what it does. Will it shut off or will it restore? This is verifying updated iPhone software. I think this is kind of where we got last time and it failed. We'll find out here in a second. Still says verifying. Verifying. Please switch to restoring iPhone software, please. Still says verifying. Preparing iPhone software. Yeah, it worked. Holy shit. It worked. So you can see we got a progress bar started. Updating iPhone software on iTunes right now. Thank you all. Thank you whoever pointed that out. I would have been pissed I pulled the NAND off and that shit wasn't on the right jumper. Who was it that said that? Thank you, whoever that was. Seriously. Your fingers were hurting you? Was it Adams? No, who was it? Oh, Duke. Duke, thank you very much. Awesome, man. Appreciate it. So update is working? Yeah, it says that it's updating software. So hopefully it'll save the data too. Yeah, this was the issue with the other... No, Greg, this wasn't the issue. Yesterday's issue was I shorted out the... I went too high. Like, I went almost... I think I went... 1, 2, 3... I think I went 6 or 7 rows up on the right side, and I think it was too far. I don't know. I wish we could have gotten the other one working too, because I think I went too far up, Greg. I kind of know where to go now. So we want to be about, I think it was 5 or 6 rows up. I think it was the 5th row up. And then 4th row to the left. So 5 up, 4 to the left on the solder balls. And then the pad should be directly in the corner, in the top left corner. I wish we could just get a precision drill just to make one fucking hole. Just boop, done. No fucking grinding out and then scraping away. Just precision fucking grinding. You couldn't do it though because there'd be too much variation in how the board sits in the frame and all that shit. How thick the fucking underfill on the RAM is, all that bullshit. I think that's why on their video they still had to scrape, because you couldn't be precise on it. Yeah, exactly. Murphy's Law, it's full effect. I'm definitely going to take a picture of this, because this shit is pretty intense. Because one, I would say if you just made one wrong cut, I mean, just like it did yesterday, you'd have an SD RAM that's shorted, and that one can still be fixed. It's just beyond what I think I can do. I don't think I'm ready yet to do SD RAM without having to pull CPU and reball it at the same time. And I think if we're going to go through all that, then there's no point in even scraping the RAM, because then you can reconnect the connection that's broken underneath the CPU by reballing it. So, I have seen videos where they replace SD RAM only without reballing the CPU. In my experience, that doesn't normally work. I think you just have to have the perfect temperature and just pull it off right at the right time without fucking it. Verifying updated iPhone software is where it's at on iTunes right now. I don't know why the subtotal on the display hasn't updated. It should be up to... We're at 1567 right now. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. Paul, have you been doing well with your... I know you said you were doing like a nerve block or something. Has it been keeping up, or is it back to the same old shit? Put it in the title. That's a good idea. I'm gonna do that right now. I wonder if it'll let me change it. Open broadcaster has failed. I don't give a shit. Only a test. Paul, are they gonna let you? Are they gonna like go in and do something permanent like that, or what? Because I mean, if that gives you relief, I mean that should be the hey, this is the answer. Let's do this. Updating firmware right now. Watch it get an error -1 fucking baseband failure. I'd be so pissed. Awesome. I hope it does work, Paul. Alright, firmware is working. I think it would have failed by now. Alright. Yep, iPhone has finished update. Restarting. The ultimate smack in the face is if that fucker gave me a -1 error. I would have died. Alright, should be starting up here in a second. Yep, there we go, final loading bar. This calls for a burrito. Not a Lewis burrito, but a burrito. I'm gonna go give me a delicious burrito. I've eaten leftovers for the last 3 nights, so I feel like I deserve something. Oh yeah, I'm gonna conformal coat the shit out of that thing. I'm not gonna touch it tonight. I'm just gonna make sure it turns back on and it works, which we're about to find out. iTunes sees the phone and says there's no SIM card installed. Please install to activate. How about you just turn the fucking phone on and I'll be happy. I'm going to unplug it here and let's see if it'll finish whatever it's doing. Since iTunes may be holding it up because of the activation bullshit. Hey, there we go. Oh, I unplugged the power. Let's just disconnect this. I'm going to plug the power back in and boot it back up. Just to make sure everything seems to be functioning correctly. I don't know what the fuck just fell. I damaged my charge port flex. That kind of sucks, but it's a tester. Fuck it. All right, so let's boot it back up real quick using my broke ass tweezers. Okay. So I'm gonna boot it back up and just show that it's working properly. Yeah, I'm about to stop my stream, Miguel. Sorry. Miguel, what time works for you for streaming? Everybody's got a different time, so I'll try to accommodate everyone. Is later better for you? Because this is about as late as I can go, though. 8 o'clock is pretty late for me, as far as being at the store. No thank you. You better go back. I want English, baby. United States. Give me that Wi-Fi's. I have to turn y'all away for a second so you can't see the passcode. Okay. It's not going to activate though. We don't have a SIM card. Oh, okay. Temperature needs to cool down before you can use it. It is kind of warm. I need to put the CPU shield back on. Could be a camera issue too. Watch one of the fucking Temperature sensors be fucked. Somehow inside the CPU I fucked a temp sensor. That'd be awesome. Okay, yeah, it was just warm. It was just warm. No SIM card, please try again. Okay, cool, whatever, it works. We'll call it at that. I'm going to take a picture of the work that we've done. That way I can post it up on the Facebook site. So I can be like, hey, guys across town, you say you do micro-soldering. Have at it. Let's do this, bro. Let's do this, bro. Get rid of a little solder ball there. Alright, so let's take a photo of that. Although not the first to do it, still pretty fucking proud of myself. So anybody that's like, you're not the first, go fucking suck a dick. You can suck a fatty. That's all I care about. Because there are people like that on the internet. They fucking whine and bitch about who was first, who did the work, blah blah blah. I don't care who was first. If you're not fucking doing the repair, then it doesn't really matter. You can say you're first, but you're not doing the work for me. Sorry. I'm still going to be proud of what I've done. Alright guys, I appreciate it. I appreciate the donation, Paul. I appreciate the help from Duke. And I appreciate everyone that has come to watch. Definitely enjoy streaming just for that. But I'm going to head home and I will see you all tomorrow. I'll underfill this tomorrow and then I've got some random mail-in stuff that we'll do. And talk about the fucking Power Rangers. But I will see you all later, and everybody have a good night, good day if you're a time traveler, and I will be on tomorrow. Later, guys and gals.